Hello, class. I created this video to help with problems 12 and 11 from your 2-3 MyLab exam. Question 11, it looks like we have to construct a frequency distribution, and it looks like we have to determine the class, basically the class width we're given, and the lower limit of classes we're also given. Looks like it starts at 30,000. So if my width is 6,000, and we're going to start at 30,000, we can count by 6,000 increments. So we'll go from 30 to 36 to 42 and then to 48,000. And that's going to be true whether we do a frequency or a relative frequency distribution. And I'm just quickly filling in the numbers here. And 42, whoops, and 48. All right, so our width was 6,000, so we go from 30,000 to 36,000, 42,000, 48,000, and so on. All right, because our first class had a lower limit of 30,000. And then for the upper limits, we're going to put in 30,000, I'm sorry, 35,999, right? So we're getting very close to that, and so on. And you'll notice our upper limits also increased by 6,000, right? So our lower limits are going up by 6,000, our upper limits are going up by 6,000. All right, so let's open up this data in StatCrunch so we can get the frequency. I press open in StatCrunch. And let's try something different. If I press graph and histogram, right, our data is in variable 1, and we do a frequency, we're going to start at 30,000. Our width is going to be 6,000. And I want to display the value above the bar. I think that's all we need. I press compute. So it tells me, okay, how many were in the 30 to 35,999 bucket? That'd be 14. And how many were in the next bucket? It looks like it would be 10. And then it went from 0 to 1. Whoops. Let's see if I can pull that back up. All right, so 14, 10, 0, and 1. 14, 10, 0, and 1. And this was the frequency, right? And then the next display, our part B, wants us to do relative frequency. So I can actually just press Options, Edit, and change the word frequency to relative frequency. Everything else is the same. I started 3,000, my width is 6,000. And I think that's really all I need. I press compute. And notice the histogram looks the same. It's just the values change, right? And if I add all of these values together, it should total 100% or 1. All right, so it's 0.56. Then we had 0.4. Then we had 0. And the last box was 0.04. And let me just open that up one more time. Just double check that I typed everything correctly. That looks good. Okay, and I think that was everything we need to do for question number 11. Press check answer, and we get the 100%. Let's take a peek at question 12. Okay, so we're given a large amount of data here. It looks like 25 random cities, and we see disposable income after taxes. So let's open this up into StatCrunch. And again, we're going to do some type of graph. We have a lower limit of 30,000 with a width of 6,000. So I press graph, histogram, var1, that's where my data is. And we'll do a frequency where we start at 30,000 and our width is 6,000. And I'll put the value above the bar. Press compute. So we have to see which of our data looks like this. So it looks like the first bar goes up to 13 and the second bar goes up to 11. So let's see here. This could be, and then our last bar goes up just to 1. So it's pretty tight, but we can zoom in on these graphs. So I'm going to do that to see what these graphs look like. For me, it was very close between graph A and B, but when I look at my width here, notice how I go from 48 to 54. This looks like 45 to 50, whereas graph A, I go from 48 to 54, right? And the first bar, I go from 30 to 36, right? 30 to 36. So I think choice A is going to be my frequency histogram. And then the relative frequency is going to look identical to the frequency. If we want to change this, we can press Options, Edit, and then just change the word frequency to relative frequency. And you'll see the bars look the same, but the values up top change, right? These are now percentages. So again, notice how this one goes from 45 to 50, whereas graph B goes from 48 to 54, all right? So I believe that graph B looks closer to my histogram. I press check answer. Uh-oh, 50% correct. That means I made a boo-boo somewhere. I see the error. I never actually clicked B. Notice how A is clicked? I don't know how that happened, but graph B is the one that I want. All right, press check answer. There we go. Okay, so I hope that helps. Good luck. If you have any questions, please send me your notes and comments. Thank you for watching.